Why can't the girls have fun things for the girlies?
Leslye Headland was so dedicated as a fan of Star Wars.
And Manny Jacinto did such an amazing job, and you canceled his show on his birthday!
It's definitely because incels didn't like two people of color holding hands.
They've hit the second tower.
What?
To anyone celebrating the Acolyte getting canceled, seriously, f*** off.
Whoa! Eric Voss of the New Rockstars is pissed. Could it be because he has been successfully exposed as a paid Disney shill?
Just go to any Star Wars celebration or even Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland or Disney World, and you will know that Star Wars under Disney is as popular, if not more popular, than it ever was.
And he's now been exposed to the point that he feels the need to come out and defend himself?
Disney does not pay for reviews. That is a myth, but what they do is they give access to influencers and journalists.
Which includes flying you out there, wining you and dining you, giving you very good lodging and early access to the press premiere of the show. Pretty much a free vacation. And throw in some free passes to Galaxy's Edge, why not?
And people have accused that access of being a form of payment or influence, when in reality, Disney has always made it clear, we don't really care if you give negative reviews of our stuff, we just don't want you to engage in like toxic bullying. Now, I was fortunate to meet Leslye Headland at a press event hosted by Lucasfilm in May. The invite list included content makers that Headland had come across during her research and creators she felt were more fair in their Star Wars coverage. To be clear, not uniformly positive, just fair.
Oh, not universally positive, just fair. And who decides in this instance what's fair coverage and what's fair criticism? According to what Eric Voss just said, Leslye Headland makes that decision.
The invite list included content makers that Headland had come across during her research and creators she felt were more fair in their Star Wars coverage.
And surprise, surprise, everyone in this clip here loved the Acolyte and has passionately defended it. Some of them you will even see here shortly in this very video.
This meeting included something that often happens at these events, a group photo with everybody, including Leslye Headland and even Dave Filoni. And now looking back, I think it was well-intentioned and a wonderful experience, but that particular photo backfired just a bit.
Ah yes, the infamous Disney Acolyte shill photo. I'm sure many of you have already seen this.
Because some accounts saw this photo and just saw a list of Disney shills whose approval of the series must have been bought off with stickers. And having been there that day, I can tell you that was not the case.
Well, Eric, I happen to know for a fact that you got a lot more than just stickers because one of the idiots in this photo were recording when Disney Lucasfilm gave you all your presents.
Just a couple of things for everyone, so please feel free to grab one. We also have the first ever lightsabers from the Acolyte.
Wow, must have been an awful lot of stickers in those gift bags and no $1,000 gift cards or anything like that.
Not to talk myself out of future invites to these types of events, because I will always say yes to them. It's always such a great opportunity.
There's an Acolyte panel that we're on with some other people, and I'm like, if Manny shows up to that, I will faint.
Me too. Hold me with those arms.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Smash the like button if you think this is a fake marriage.
Do it.
I'm super upset that there isn't going to be a second season of Acolyte. I had some ups and downs with the show itself. 90 to 95% loved it.
I definitely had a period of time with anger and just overall sadness.
Who doesn't want to see more Darth Plagueis training Osha and Chimera or doing whatever? Maybe he kills Chimera, takes Osha as an apprentice. Who knows? Maybe he kills both of them and then goes get Palpatine.
These people are perfectly fine with Disney breaking canon.
Canon can be whatever you want it to be.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
Was that it was the first time that a lot of people really felt represented. It's like we take it for granted because we're a bunch of white dudes.
That they're creating a show that is got a lot of diversity and inclusion in front of and behind the camera, and as such became a target.
A target for who exactly? And I'm pretty sure all of you watching know what he's gonna say.
Racist, sexist,
Right.
homophobes, xenophobes, general bad faith hate mongers who may or may not even ever watch Star Wars.
And according to these three idiots, you are all of those things if you do not support this show. You can dislike and criticize it for reasons they and only they approve of course.
And whether or not you liked The Acolyte, I'm not going to argue with you. You are entitled to your opinion.
But you damn well better support it.
However, what The Acolyte represents to not just Star Wars fans, but to our society, to where we want to head to as a society, which is a much more inclusive society, it is important for us to rally around it.
Even if it's the worst piece of shit you've ever seen.
And lift it up and be like, hey, we want more shows like this. We are not going to be stuck in the 1950s or even 80s, quite frankly.
What Star Wars project came out in the 1950s? And the 1980s, that is the original trilogy she's shitting on. I guess the toxic masculinity, white supremacist mindset George had while making these movies needs to be called out according to this broad.
White whore.
And I'm sure by now you've all seen this on social media, but these Disney shills can't stand the fact that we are celebrating this.
Good Lord, can we get off of this toxic hamster wheel? Enough! Enough!
And we are in the same Star Wars fandom as some of these awful people.
And I just can't stand those people that have to go and attack everyone else for enjoying a thing.
For weeks, putting up with endless, hateful bullying comments and stuff.
But what's the point of going on and crapping on other people going, ha ha, told you, second season's not going to happen? What's the point of that?
Because it's really, really funny.
It is wrong. We somehow need to figure out a way to mobilize as a community and spread positivity.
Good luck.
If you got bullied like we did, I see you, it sucks.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna explain Molly here's definition of being bullied. So she comes out and says something completely ridiculous.
People are just coming out of the woodwork to say, oh, I hate it because the writing's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian.
Going after people who are criticizing the show for legitimate reasons like the writing and saying, no, that's not valid, you're homophobic. And then when she gets called out and clowned on for saying stupid shit like this, she's being bullied and she's the victim.
Endless, hateful bullying comments and stuff.
I'm sorry, honey.
They're mobilized. They are online all the time. A lot of them are using bots to spew their hate, to review bomb, to do all these things and target the creators, target the actors.
Yes, these poor actors and showrunners like Leslye Headland, right? And these disgusting people, they put this picture up of Leslye Headland and Harvey Weinstein and use it to troll her.
Dragged into this discourse was the fact that Leslye Headland is a lesbian who cast her wife Rebecca Henderson as Vernestra Rowe. Accounts hostile to Headland discovered that she used to work as an assistant at the Weinstein Company and began to spread all kinds of disgusting misinformation trying to connect Headland to Harvey Weinstein's crimes.
She worked as his personal assistant for 5 years, Eric, something you conveniently left out in that little rant of yours. And you're telling us right now that she knew absolutely nothing about what was going on?
I seriously doubt that.
Leslye Headland is not a Star Wars fan, she's a shitty person, and her show deserved to fail. And Acolyte shills can cry about it all they want, but they eventually will back down like they always do and take the L.
It still wasn't enough. So with that, I say the fight is done. We lost.
I'm glad you did.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.